So what is determination of training need? Without need or without requirement, company will never do anything. So only if there is a necessity or only if there is a need, then company will come forward to do something. So here the company will conduct, it will arrange the training program only if it is necessary. Simply it will not invest on training programs. So now we will see the steps in determining training need. The first step is spotting organizational problem. So here this is also we can say checking the organizational problem. So once when we look at the organizational format, it has various department. It is not only one particular department that we can see in the organization. There are a lot of departments, there is lot of sections which organization has. That can be production department, HR department, quality department, marketing department, finance department, sales department. We see a lot of departments that are operating and contributing to the development of the organization. So here you have to spot out the problem. So you have to check the organization problem in the department wise. So you have to verify the each department or each sections that are operating in the organization, whether each department has any problem or not. So for example, if it is a production department, you have to check the production department whether the production is increasing or the product on or not, whether the production is increasing or not, whether the company is producing or the company is meeting expected production that is set by the company. Suppose if it is not producing the expected production or standard, that is standard production, that is also problem, right? So for likewise I can say finance department or profitability department. So here you have to see whether the profit is increasing or decreasing. If it is decreasing, it is also the problem, right? So likewise if it is HR department, so whether the employee turnover is more or not. Suppose if the employee turnover is less, that is also beneficial for the company will be very happy. Suppose if the company's employee turnover is less, but if the employee turnover is more in the organization, that is also a big problem. So likewise where you have here you have to spot out the problem in department wise. That is all about spotting of the organizational problem. So next we will see trace out and identify the main cause. The next step is trace out and identify the main cause. So as I explained in the first step, so in the first step what you will do, once you will you will find out the organizational problem, you will get to know about the organization problem, you will make a list of organizational problem. So once you make the list of the problem, the next step you will do is trace out and identify the main cause. That is, you have to find out the main reason and areas of the problem. So why the problem are arising, you have to find the reason. If there is a problem, definitely there is a reason behind the problem. So without having any reason, no problem comes, no problem exists. So you have to identify the main reason. So here I can explain you with an example. Okay, here we will take the production department. So if the problem is of production department, suppose if you find that production or productivity of the organization is decreased, or maybe the employees fail to meet the company's target or company's expected unit, they are not meeting. So here what might be the reason behind the decreasing of the production is can be due to inefficient equipment and facility that available in the organization, or maybe due to employees inefficiency. Maybe employees have lack of knowledge or lack of skill they have towards the job. Maybe because of that the productivity is decreased. So if here you trace out the cause. So here if you want other example, we can take HR department. So see, if it is a HR department, think that the employee turnover is more, that is also a problem. So if the employee turnover is the problem, then you have to try to find the reason. So here the reason may be motivation, maybe the employees are having the less motivation among the employees, or they are not getting motivation from the company, or due to lack of communication among them. They have a communication gap between the management and the employee. This is how you identify the cause and the areas of the problem. So here, once you're done with the tracing out the problem or main cause, then your duty is the next step: recognize individual and group related to problem. So this is the third step of determining training need. So here what you will do is you will have to identify those individual or those manager and the workers at different level and in different position in the organization. You have to find out who has created this problem and because of whom the problem has arisen. So you have to check the level of position in the department. You have to check the position in a department wise. So here I can give you example. See, if it is in again we will take a production department as an example. So if it is in production department, you have lot of workers in a production department. So you have welder, you have mechanic operator and production manager, and various people are involved in production department. So here you have to check the level of position. You have to check the problem. If the problem is of group or individual, if it is an individual, then you have to check the person because of whom this problem has created. So if it is a because of individual, you will have to check the individual person. So maybe it is arised from the manager, supervisor level or subordinate. So you have to check and recognize the problem, whether it created by individual or group. And the fourth step is job analysis. So here you have to make job analysis. Once after you recognize individual and group who have created the organizational problem, you will have to do job analysis. So what is job analysis? So job analysis is the procedure which helps to identify the content of the job in terms of activity or in terms of responsibility, roles that are involved in attribute to the job or work environment. And here you will try to find out the job requirement that needed performance ability. You have to check the performance ability of the each job. Once you find out the person, then you have to check his position. In the third stage, right, the position you will recognize, maybe the person you will recognize in job analysis. You try to find the position, that means find out the position of the individual. Suppose if it is me, okay, think that if it is me, think that I'm a production manager. Because of me the problem has created, so you have to analyze my job. So you have to analyze my job. What is my job? Production manager. So you have to check or analyze the production manager job. That means what are responsibility production manager has, what roles he need to perform, and what target he has, and what qualification he has. So here you will make job analysis with the help of job description. So I can say job analysis is all about the list of tasks or the requirement of the particular job. Job analysis helps to determine who is best and who is worst, who is the best and who is worst employee. I can say it also helps us to determine unfit employee to that particular work or position. And coming about the next step, the last step is performance appraisal. So the last step is you have to do the performance appraisal. So here the performance appraisal means it comes in different way. Here you will here the performance appraisal is the evaluating performance of the employee Once you determine the job analysis, once you analyze the job, once you determine the responsibility or the task of each position, then your task is to evaluate their performance. You have to check their performance, how they are performing in their job. How do you assess the performance appraisal? By having the comparison with what by comparing the actual performance and the standard performance. As I told you in the first uh, first step, like actual behavior and standard behavior, you will measure here. So here it is all about how you make. Here you will get to know where there is necessity of training. Definitely, when there is employees are not having adequate performance, definitely they will fail to meet the objective of the company. Definitely, you will find a gap there. So here you have to find out that why they are not performing. Suppose if the employee is not having adequate skill or like that, they may not perform, right? Skill and their knowledge towards their job is very important. So here you will see how you will develop them. You will develop them by training the employee. By training them, you can increase their skill and knowledge towards the job. So this is how you make the uh, training need, or how you determine training need. So mainly you will in the last step you will see you who has to train, how has to train, and how you will increase his performance. So here you have to tackle the problem with better training program. So these are the steps in determining training needs. So overall, if I have to say, so first thing you have to do is uh, in the determination training need, you will find out the organizational problem. You will check the organizational problem. Then you will find out the main cause behind it. Then you will find individual or group related to problem, because you will find who has created this problem. So problem which is created by individual or group, so definitely who has to who the problem will arise from any the organizational problem are created by individual itself, individual or group. So you will get to know the actual reason behind the problem. Then in the next step you will analyze their job, and then you will get to know the actual reason, and then you will try to tackle or solve the problem with better training program. So this is how you determine the training need. Thank you.